Welcome back to For the Love of Men podcast. My name is Courtney Shand, and I'm hosting with my dear friend, Brianna Mosher.
Hello.
The intention of the show is to bring together men and women to create healthy, polarized relationship dynamics by learning how to honor each other's natural masculine, feminine, energetic core. We love talking about healthy relationship dynamics.
Yes.
And before we dive into today's episode, I want to introduce you to my friend, Bri. She's awesome. I think she's amazing. I know you think she's amazing. And she's going to tell you a little bit about what she does that is the expression of her amazingness out in the world.
Wow. What an intro. My name is Bri. I help really ambitious, powerful women scale their soul-led businesses as well as unlock their feminine energy, their sense of pleasure, come home to their bodies, and really attract healthy love from empowered masculine. So the way that I do that is usually through somatic-based methods, as well as unleashing and letting go of this masculine shield, opening up to pleasure, opening up to your natural feminine energy, which magnetizes more money, more impact, more clients, more love, more pleasure, all the juicy things that we all want out of life. And it's really great work, hard work, but great work.
And heart work.
And heart work. And Courtney, tell the people, our work is so similar but so nuancedly different, if you will. Mm-hmm. Tell them your magic.
Yes, I am a relationship mentor. I'm a feminine energy coach. I really specialize in helping women break relationship dynamics from their past so that they can show up very present and authentic in relationship space in order to date. This will show up a lot of times as anxiety early on in the dating process when we have these kind of old stories playing in our mind. So I really focus on healing the relationship we have collectively with the masculine energy, starting at home with our own masculine energy, so that you can feel supported, feel secure, set the boundaries, speak up. You can really feel confident in displaying who you are and opening your heart to people in a potential dating capacity. So good. Yeah, I love it. I also use a lot of the feminine energy embodiment work in that way as well. So that's what she was saying. We have a lot of similarities and yet totally different styles, which is really fun.
Complementary.
Very complementary, yes. So today we want to dive into a really fun episode about dating specifically. And this is something we both have experience with. So we're going to be speaking from our experience, and we've kind of broken down this dating app vibe, if you will, the Wifey vibe. What were you calling it earlier?
Something about, what was I even?
Swipey
to be a wifey or something. I don't know. I was just speaking nonsense.
The
per
Wifey
usual.
vibe. The swipe vibe. We're just going to,
Wifey, swipey.
The Wifey swipey vibe.
Have a good timey. Okay, enough. And my specialty is bad jokes that I don't want on the internet, and yet here they are.
I am here for them. Okay, so we've broken this down into the energetics of it and the strategy of it, because that's how we teach everything. She teaches business in that capacity. I teach health in that capacity. There's some inner work that has to happen that naturally will help you intuitively move into the right strategy and find that aligned strategy that's going to give you the result you're desiring. So we've broken them down that way. Do you want to start?
Yeah, 100%. So we want to talk about crafting a dating profile that will magnetize the right kind of partners to you. Not just anybody, but really how to project your energy, your net, your profile to draw in the kind of partner you want to be with, who wants the same things you want, who celebrates you, appreciates you, adores you, all the juicy things that you get from EMs. So number one is we want to lay a foundation. Energy is always going to supersede action. You cannot compensate for lack of alignment with more action. So what that means in the dating world, what I'm sure you see this with your clients too, is people who don't know to do the inner work or won't do it or whatever that might be, and they just keep going on dates and expecting a different result, but not doing their own internal shifting energetically to be open to receive healthy love, to disarm their heart, to let down their masculine shield, to empower their own masculine energy, to champion their own self-worth, to make their needs really normal, like all these things that Courtney and I do deeply with our clients. There are people that just go out and keep on dating and thinking, well, maybe he'll just find me. And we want to empower you with the knowledge that when you energetically shift, that is when you'll be the most attractive to an aligned partner. right? That is a powerful thing to do. Less action, especially as feminine energy beings, less action doing, more receiving, more of the internal shifting.
Yeah, that is our point of power. Yeah, is to be that like magnetic lighthouse type essence. Love that. Yeah, so the energy is always going to be first. That's what's leading. People can feel you. And that also includes how you're presenting. I was talking about this earlier with you of our self-worth is going to be displayed in our body. The more secure we feel based on our own masculine energy, being able to speak power back into us, being able to secure us in our boundaries, being able to feel sturdy, then our body gets to soften and animate with this really fun electric feminine energy, and that is where your self-worth is going to be on display, sort of like a big movie screen. People can see your inner dialogue based on how sturdy you are in your body. That embodiment piece is really important because those beliefs, the things that feel very true and authentic to you, are only going to be visible when we've done that inner work to allow them to sink into our body and soften. We're not like guarding or hiding or shielding ourselves based on these things that we still feel really insecure and childlike around. We're able to stand up and say, hey, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, and this is what I like. Does that feel fun for you? Let's play.
Yeah.
It's a whole different vibe.
Sorry to interrupt.
Nope.
Okay. So you might ask yourself, because I know we're being sort of broad. Part of it is it's really nuanced, personal, deep work, to be honest with you. Like, that's why Courtney and I do what we do. But what you might ask yourself, if you're curious about, is my energy open to the kind of person I'm wanting to receive? Do you believe you're worthy of that? What would it look like for you to be receptive of that energy? Are you doing that? Do you know what you bring to the table? Have you normalized your own needs? Have you decided that you are the vibe, that everything about you is wonderful and magnetic and a benefit and amazing, even your insecurities and vulnerabilities? I think those are really great places to start, and then clean it up. Not with this hierarchy of, I need to fix myself so I can be worthy of a partner, because that is not true. You are whole and complete and worthy now. You will never run out of wounds and things to shift in a nuanced way. None of them make you unworthy, right? You can be doing this self-work and be magnetizing the right person. It's really about, are you leading yourself through it?
I love that you said that. Yeah. Another thing that you can also get really clear on, and you are like the queen of the worthiness conversation when it comes to getting in that vibe in your body. That is like...
Thank you.
Yeah, I think you do that so well. I always encourage my clients to really think about how it feels to be with the type of dynamic that you're wanting. So a lot of times we'll think about, I need for him to be tall, dark, and handsome and have a good job and love his mom and want kids and, whatever the laundry list of prescribed things that you're supposed to want is. But what we miss is the feminine energy piece of that is, how does that feel for you to be across the table from someone with those things? That's going to be your point of attraction. Your magnetism is based on how true that feels and how aligned that feels for you to receive that. Am I worthy of feeling secure in our financial situation? Do I feel worthy of feeling attracted to someone? Do I feel worthy of someone who clearly has healthy relationships around him and can maintain that? Do I feel worthy of being taken care of and receiving care from people around me? That is the vibe that we're going for. Right?
Have I set boundaries? Do I know my expectations and standards?
Yeah.
So many good questions. It's always an inner game. I love what you said about how would it feel to be in that relationship. Cultivate those feelings internally. That is what you will radiate. That is the net you're casting energetically to be receptive to a partner. That's aligned for you. Genius. If you take nothing else, if you stop the show after this, just run with that.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the end of the beginning.
Yeah. We can go down a whole rabbit hole with this, but I think that is really important, because what I always tell clients too is you want to start writing your profile when you're in that space. The feminine is naturally going to express from a soft body, and so you're imagining that you're already with that partner is going to calm your nervous system. Your body's going to be open and soft. That's the space you want to write from, not the vibe of, oh, I need to be in a relationship. I'm already 30. I should be married by now and have 2 kids and, like the white picket fence. A lot of times we can put pressure on ourselves that we may not be aware of, but that feeling of like, my partner's out there. I am allowed to have the dreamiest relationship possible is going to naturally calm your nervous system. And that's where you want to express your truth from.
I often find that one of the biggest leaks, and given I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, ambitious, powerful women. These are capable women. One of their biggest leaks is they think they haven't done enough work to be worthy of the partner, or something's wrong with them because no one's quote unquote picked them yet. And there's this paradox that I explain to my one-to-ones all the time is you're already whole, complete, and worthy. You do this work so that you can feel better in your own body for yourself.
Mic drop. We're done.
But your partner, your aligned partner, everyone has wounds. Oh my gosh, it's so normal.
Yeah.
Like, again, it's, just asterisk here. We're not excusing abusive, emotionally abusive, physically abusive, manipulative behavior. No, but we all have little wounds that we will carry into partnership. You are never 100% healed. And being 100% healed doesn't equal worthy. You're worthy long before that. Worthiness and being 100% healed are not the same thing. So don't hold yourself to that, because what happens is you create this nuanced belief that I'm not healed yet, therefore I'm not worthy of a partner. And you go create your dating profile, not enough action to compensate for that misalignment. You got to ground in the feeling of worthiness and faith and just knowingness that the universe is working with you to bring this person. Wow, you thought you were getting a dating profile advice episode, and you've got the tea instead on attracting healthy love.
Here we are. Yeah, I love that. And I also think that kind of plays into energetically starting to own where you are.
Oh yeah, love that.
This is something that I see a lot of women struggling with, because there is this kind of wounded belief in the feminine where we haven't done enough work and therefore we're not worthy of a partner, that will play out as we will start to put ourselves down in little ways. We won't lead with our ace card. Not that there's a, don't read too far into that, but we won't lead with the things that are really I make
go on. I'm interrupting
muffins
you.
for breakfast. That's,
she's got too many aces.
Thank you. No, we will play smaller than we need to. We will start to hide little parts of ourselves that would be attractive to the right partner, because we don't feel like we're the vibe. We haven't quite ground into who we are with what we know is enough. I was telling my client this week about this specific thought of where you are is perfect. We don't have to be completely healed if we're honest about where we are. Hey, here's what I'm working on right now. This is what I know about myself. Is going to be a far more empowering experience for the person across from you, because then they can self-select. Can I be with someone who's still in process of dealing with sexual trauma? Yeah, I can deal with that. Okay, let's be this together. They know how to support you, instead of being like, I've got everything figured out. And then you get into relationship and all your stuff starts coming up, and that person's not equipped or didn't know that they needed to be like able to support that part of you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I think there's a level of self-acceptance with that too.
Thank you. That's, yes.
Right? You're just like, this is where I'm at. Here's how you could support me.
Yeah.
And the more that you are okay with it energetically in your body, the more you will attract partners who reflect back that okayness, that acceptance to you.
Yes.
As long as you can advocate for what you need.
Yes.
Here's how you can support me. I don't know a partner that would be turned off by that.
Yes.
Maybe some people will, and that's fine. They're allowed to say, this doesn't work for me.
Yeah. And you'd want to know that.
Yeah.
Sooner than later.
I love that.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for saying that, because the acceptance, the self-acceptance is the secret sauce. You want to talk about like creating magnetism, start owning who you are and where you are, and you are going to be inundated with energy, because that's a very confident, secure, safe vibe. Other people feel safe in your presence when you accept you. This goes for men. This also really goes for women. That's why how you speak to yourself is so important.
I love that you brought that up. Particularly the things that you think, this is such a common feminine energy wound, to think you're too much in an area. For the longest, I would, like, for some reason couldn't own that I was an entrepreneur, or driven or ambitious. I had this old story of like, it'll be intimidating, blah, blah, blah. And I had to do my own work around loving and celebrating that about myself, and celebrating that I had this unique duplicity to hold both, like to be amazing in the business world, and then also to soften and relax with the mask. Like, how cool to have that duplicity, that capability. And the more that I internally accepted it, then it was like, I'm going to say it was like magic, but we all know the laws of the universe. So when that happened, all of a sudden partners started coming in who really celebrated that about me and seeked it out, and were like-minded, and were like, oh my God, that's so attractive that you are driven and independent and all these things, and you're going to come home and soften to me? This is exactly what I want. So it came from the decision of self-acceptance around, no, this is the vibe. This is an add-on. I am not too much. This is amazing. And then you attract partners who mirror back that, oh yeah, she's the vibe feeling.
Yeah, talk about a corrective experience.
Totally. You can't forget it.
Yeah.
These things are so much better experienced than said. We can say them to you all the time, but if you go apply them and you have experiences, that's when it will really drop into your body. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, which also goes to backing yourself. When you start backing yourself, you're not willing to keep putting yourself in a position with people who aren't aligned to that, who would be like, oh, that? Well, I'll take my awesomeness, and that is not going to move forward. So there's a lot of clarity, and clarity is hot.
Clarity is hot.
Clarity is hot. Clarity internally about who you are and what you want, owning that, backing that, and also clarity about what you want to be experiencing out in the world is going to help you navigate intuitively. This wasn't what I was wanting to feel. This kind of energetic reality, the more you're practicing it, you're going to be like, well, this isn't quite it. I'm going to hold out because I trust what you were saying of like surrender and trust, very feminine qualities. But when you can surrender into the fact that like something else is out there, because I know this doesn't feel aligned yet. And it may be this person, and I may need to just set a boundary that can help me open my heart more. And that's my courage to lean into. Or maybe this just isn't the right fit, and I need to remove myself and find the right fit.
So good.
Yeah.
It honestly takes that level of faith and knowingness that the universe is lining people up for you to be able to leave. Otherwise, you'll fall into this trap of, well, what if this is just good enough?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
what
I realize
if this is
that's
all I can hope for.
I realize it's a bigger conversation that we won't unpack right now, but having that belief that as you leave things that are misaligned, more aligned people come in, which has been 120% true for me. I know it's been true for you too. Then when you get on the dating apps, you take the pressure off. And that is the key. How much fun can you have? Lightness can you have? Playfulness can you have? That's going to translate to receptivity, to availability and openness being received from you by the masculine.
I'm so glad you said that, because on a strategy level, this is where we were talking about energy always comes first. On a strategy level, if you haven't done that work, you're going to show up with your checklist of like, here's what I bring to the table. I am a blah, 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 blah. Here's my resume. Where's yours? That's what it's going to feel like to him. If you can show up to the table and be like, hey, I know what I'm looking for, and right now I'm just wanting to have fun. Do we have fun together? Can I be more open with you than I was with the last person? Does my energy feel more expansive around you? Because with an empowered masculine man, your energy is going to expand. And he's going to be like, yes. More, please. I'm going to ask her out again because I want more of that.
Yeah, and your self-acceptance, I just feel it in my bones. It's like the most magnetic thing to an EM. And we actually saw this when we were surveying our TikTok male audience. They said like self-acceptance and confidence in who she is was the most important thing. And you can relax in knowing that most of the people who sit across the table from you on a date, again, the universe has lined them up for you. So there's something there for you. And they're going to reflect it back to you.
Yeah. Not in a way. Yeah, I do just caveat on this. The mirror concept can be really sneaky.
Oh, yeah.
Almost like this magnifying glass. I explained it to a client this week of like, it's like taking a magnifying glass on a sunny day and looking at an ant versus looking at an ant under a magnifying glass when it's not sunny. Two totally different experiences for the ant. The ant in this scenario being your insecurities. We're not wanting to like overwhelm them and burn them out. We're wanting to explore them and be curious and nurture them and study them and own it and provide a safer environment for it. we can collect lots of data from that when we're not trying to like, grill it out of ourselves. So difference, little nuance there.
Yeah, the mirror concept is important because I'm trying to think of another example. Like what people are mirroring to you isn't always the exact thing. If somebody gets, okay, I'm going to derail us for 1 second, but we'll come back. If you're in a relationship and somebody gets really big and loud and aggressive in their communication, that doesn't mean necessarily that you also get big and loud in your communication. The ask in that scenario could be you setting boundaries and speaking up and sharing, hey, this feels XYZ for me. For a lot of women, that's their shadow, the speaking up piece, the setting boundaries, not collapsing, not shrinking. So if someone like that's in your world, it's not that you are also aggressive. It might be that you are collapsing so often and you're now given an opportunity to go, no, you will not treat me this way. This is the kind of communication that I would like to have in a relationship. Is this something you're available for?
Yeah.
Now you've cleaned it up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. Love it.
And you will still attract people that aren't on your level even as you rise. The best metaphor I know is even moths and butterflies go toward the light. So as you rise and your light gets brighter, you've got to learn how to discern who's a moth, who's a butterfly, because you're going to attract both. Everybody wants a piece of that shine, Yes. Another joke I wish wasn't on the internet, but it's true. So discernment is key. Okay.
Yep.
Back on track.
Scene.
Put us back on track, Courtney.
Yep. This will play out. The self-acceptance, where we want to go strategy with this, is we want to be as honest as possible. And something that I see for a lot of women is that they will put photos of themselves that they feel from the outside looking in would be attractive. What we want to aim for energetically is photos where you feel from the inside out radiant.
I knew you were going to say that. You see my mouth go, radiant.
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, it's on camera.
Where you're radiating from the inside, because the experience of a photo where I am in my body and smiling through my whole energy field looks very different than one where I'm just like smiling. There is a difference. These are the smiles Tyra was talking about.
Yes.
We want to be in our body, joyfully expressing who we are, doing things that we enjoy doing. We want to reflect that from the inside of the photo, not as an objective third party judging our body, which one's going to give us the best swipe rate. That's not going to get you where you want to go. That's strategy-wise, this is where the energy has to come first.
Genius. Because then he can feel you.
Yeah.
He can feel your essence and your presence and what it's like to be with you. And that's going to be the most attractive thing to potential partners.
Yes.
How they feel when they're with you.
Yes.
I love that you said that.
Yeah, so if you're someone that really finds joy in curling up with a cozy book and a cup of tea, that needs to be on your profile. You need to have the things that bring you the most joy need to be almost like this brochure of where am I the happiest in my life. You're probably not going to be posting gym pictures if you're someone that is more in line with like, I just want to go on a walk outside and radiate and feel expansive. Great. You're going to attract a different type of man than someone who's maybe looking for the like beach bod. We don't have to compare apples and oranges. We want to be the only apple available because that's the vibe.
And you are the only.
To quote Brie.
Yeah, you're that only one apple.
Yeah.
There's no other apple that is that apple.
There isn't. And that's okay. That's where I wanted to go with that. We still want to be radiating who we are from the inside, and you can say a lot in photos, but they do need to be current. Let's like own who we are. This can be a huge act of self-expression, self-acceptance, and courage to post real-time photos of you just enjoying living your best life. I know that's kind of overused, but really, like, where are you lighting up in your life? Take a snapshot of that and use that picture.
I love that. I used to have a photo when I was on dating apps. I used to have a video that was like probably 5 seconds long where I was on vacation with my family in, I think, Mexico. And I was in a bathing suit and my hair was all salty and curly. Naturally, I have like really ringlety curly hair. My sister was saying something and I had the video on me and she said something that made me laugh, and it's me laughing in the video. And I think about that as the perfect example of like, there I am with no makeup, messy hair, with my family at the beach, laughing. That is radiance. And that particular video got so many like comments, likes, whatever. Not that that's what it's about. I'm just using that example as that was me in my body, my natural element, having fun, displaying my radiance, and it was magnetic. So if you can think of a photo or a video where you feel like that, the most yourself, the most lit up, happy, that's going to be more magnetic. I wouldn't use that anymore because it's not current. It was like probably a couple years ago, but yeah, good example. And if you don't have those, go hang out with one of your best friends and have them capture it.
We used to do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody who knows you and loves you and what lights you up, bring them with you, have them take photos.
Yep. You've caught me on camera several times and I've used it in marketing because I'm like, oh yeah, this is me.
It's Courtney in her
She
element.
can see it. Yeah, she can see it, and I would never have thought, wait, let me get my camera out.
Yeah.
So yeah, give your bestie permission to just snap candid photos and feel free to use them. Or videos.
Videos are better.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, let these people see you and just own that. That can be its own inner work of like, yeah, this is amazing. I love how open-hearted I am right there. So amazing. Anything else?
I might also add that keep the filters off your photos.
Oh.
It doesn't do you justice. You want someone to fall in love with or be attracted to who you naturally show up as every day. So these filtered photos that kind of like change the shape of your face or make things fuzzy or there's a lot of color, they might be fun for your social media channels, but you really want to show your natural essence in a dating profile so that's who you show up as in person is congruent to the dating profile.
Yep.
Right? And I would actually go so far as, I know we all have like positions that we like to see our body in and that's awesome, but it might go without saying, don't like stretch things out on your body or shrink things on your body with these editing tools to make your body look like something that it might not be. Come back to the energetic work. Get behind that your body is the vibe and amazing. You got thick thighs, you got little thighs, you got a big booty, you got a little booty. It's the vibe. Just own it and put those pictures where you feel confident and it's an accurate reflection of the physical appearance that you have. You want people who appreciate that, not people who are looking for this like contorted, filtered version of you.
The duck-faced, like...
Yeah. The more you that you can be in your profile, the more aligned people you're going to draw in because they're seeing your actual essence in who you are.
Yeah, I love that. Yes, and I think men will find that so refreshing. The feedback I got from men was, wow, you literally... Actually, you are more attractive in person. I was attracted to your pictures and you're more attractive in person.
Amazing.
And that is not a reflection of a physical thing. It's like now they're feeling your energy. They were drawn to your energy radiating from your eyes, radiating from your smile. That's something that I remember getting a lot of feedback on. Like, wow, you have such a beautiful smile. They're like stunned when they see this like radiant photo versus just like a smile like or one where you have kind of like blank eyes. They want to feel this like engagement with life. That's what they are looking for. And what you were saying earlier of like, can I show up to this date with this person and play? Can I bring the most playful version of myself? Not as a way of manipulating myself into being more playful, but like, do I feel safe enough in myself to reveal that side of me? I reveal that side of me while I'm texting with them. I reveal that side of me when I'm coming up with the photos. I reveal the like quirky parts of me that, you know, they're a deal breaker for some people. I wouldn't want to be with someone that that's a deal breaker for. I want to be with someone that when I'm not wearing makeup, they're like, wow, I love that I'm the only one that gets to see this side of you.
Yeah, start as you mean to go on, right?
Ooh. Yes.
Yeah. It's not I had a mentor that used to say that to me all the time.
Yeah, no, that's a great...
It makes sense. Okay, one other thing I might say too, practically speaking, is choose prompts where you have creativity to share what you're looking for and who you are. Yes. And I would give an even mix of both because especially as the feminine, you're opening up space for EMs to come to you. Asterisk, you still have to discern when masculine energy comes in if it's wounded or healthy. That's a process of getting to know someone. It can take a while. But you want to create this space where you're showing who you are in photos and in prompts, and then also showing what what you really like. Because when you put that out there, then when men are swiping, Courtney and I were saying earlier, they can kind of get this vibe of, oh, I'm the man for that job. I can do that. I can check those boxes. So the example I always give is, I know I have 3 non-starts. We have to be aligned spiritually. We have to value sexuality and pleasure. That's part of my work in the world, which basically just means, someone who doesn't want to have sex before marriage, it wouldn't work for me, right? Because it's a value of mine. And entrepreneurship, lifestyle. I've worked really hard to be in this lifestyle and be committed to my passion. And so I also want a partner who's doing their passion work, their purpose work too, so we can play in it together. Non-negotiables. I will put that on my prompts and say, if the prompt is what really impresses me, I will put down like spiritual, emotionally intelligent men pursuing their purpose in life. Right? Beautiful. Then a man's swiping and he goes, oh, that's me. That's me. I'm ready. We're going to connect. And someone who's at that level too, they're going to want a partner who also is like that. So they'll be excited by that answer. So think about like, what are your non-starts? What are the things that really are like, this is important to me in a relationship? And can you convey that in a playful way on your profile?
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Playfulness can be really disarming, so that you're not coming in with your checklist of like, well, tell me about your passion. Let it be playful. Use emojis. Be animated in it, and use it as kind of a reflection of you. Keep the boundaries about you. I always tell my clients, for me to keep my heart open, I need X, Y, and Z. For me to feel more open, I need to be with a partner who understands what I'm saying when I talk about spirituality. For me to keep my heart open, I need to be with a partner, for your example here, who is on the same page with me about sexuality and pleasure in life. I need to keep my heart open for you to be also activated in your purpose. Otherwise, this is going to feel like we're carrying unequal weights here. That is the mentality that you want to go into when you're thinking about how to phrase these prompts. You can be playful in how you phrase it, but that's the energy behind it. This is revealing my heart, and for me to keep my heart open and keep revealing to you, this is how I need to be interacted with.
I love that. The other prompt I usually recommend to women is when it says, how to impress me or something, or the best way to ask me out. If I were to create a dating profile again, I would say, name the time and place. I love a man with a plan, with like a wink face or something cute, but in other words, like, you come forward with your initiative. I want that planning and initiative. And I think that can be really playful and also call forth masculine men. Again, still need discernment around wounded or healthy, but you will get more masculine energy. Yeah. And when you can use that vibe behind it of like, my heart's going to be wide open if you're coming towards me, it's going to disarm them, because a lot of times they will take initiative and get shut down, And so when they see a green light, like open path, they're like, hey, I am attracted to that over there, and this is wide open, so I can walk through this. I love that.
That's how you're going to keep drawing forward their initiative taking.
You might also like put in, let's have really great conversation, and then name the time and place. I love a man with a plan.
Ooh,
you know what I mean? If you're someone who's like, you can't just take me out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe you put in great conversation first.
Yep. You're setting them up to win, basically. If not, go back and listen to Setting Men Up to Win episode that might give you a little bit more. I think it is episode 2. Yeah, that might give you a little bit more ideas of how to phrase these things. Yeah. Ooh, I love that.
So good.
Anything else that's coming to you with that? Okay. One other thing that I wanted to share is, a lot of times what I experience, and again, my clients tend to struggle with that early stage of dating anxiety, is letting the connection unfold. It's very vulnerable as the feminine to receive energy and not know where it's going. And the only way that I have found to keep this all about me and not control how he's showing up is by using our boundaries. And that's why having those phrases of like, in order for me to keep my heart open, this is what I require. This is going to set an energetic tone for the relationship moving forward, without you having to be the one that like leans forward and has to do the initiating and like, hey, where did you go? In order to keep my heart open, this is what I require. And as much as you can, allow the connection to unfold by doing the inner work. This is going to come up. You're going to notice my heart wants to close. Oh, wow, this feels really uncomfortable. Breathe into it and see if you can allow your body to animate whatever emotion that is that's coming up. This is going to be continual energetic work that you're doing. And that might be a new boundary that I need to add to my profile. You know what? I really don't like when men do X, Y, and Z. Therefore, for me to keep my heart open, I need to have, consistent communication over 3 to 6 months. You may not say that verbatim, but the vibe that you're going to carry, like you were saying with your non-negotiables, those are in your body.
Yeah.
You will shut down and be like, I can't.
Yeah,
I just won't move forward with this because it just feels so yucky. They feel that. They're going to feel it in your body. So you're not doing it wrong if you embody that, like, hey, I need some consistent communication. Own it. Awesome. That's what it requires to keep your heart open. And that's what we're aiming for, is for the connection to unfold in an organic way where you're still revealing more feminine energy. You are leaning into each other. You are expressing yourself authentically. And not getting tied up in this anxiety loop of like needing to move forward, or I need to do something. Should I do it? I don't know. So you're just watching how he's showing up based on these boundaries that you're expressing.
I love that. I think piggybacking off boundaries too, I would put on your profile, if you're looking for your person or a long-term relationship, you don't have to say like, I need my person, but I would advise to clients to put down, I'm looking forward to meeting people and eventually finding a partner and pursuing a long-term relationship if it feels aligned. That way you're weeding people out who are just looking for casual. If you want casual, no shade on that. Go for it. Put it on your profile. Just having fun, looking to connect with people, not in a place for a long-term relationship. You're allowed to say that too. There's nothing wrong with that. But own what you want because, again, you want to cast a net that draws in people who check those boxes and they know they're checking the boxes so that you waste less time having conversation in the app or dating people off. Like we're actually wanting to create a smaller, more compatible pool for you on a dating profile. This is not about an ego boost of, I got 500 likes in one day. We want actual compatible partners coming toward you.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you brought that up. Yeah, I love that.
And use every piece on your profile with intention. You only get 3 or 5 photos, I think, and like 3 or 5 prompts. Courtney and I always tease about the one that men use is like they use a fish photo or what was the answer? Oh,
competitive about everything.
What are you competitive about? Everything. It's like, that tells me nothing about who you are.
Yeah.
Or women usually say, what's a way to win me over?
Tacos and margs.
Tacos and margs. And those aren't bad answers. We love tacos and margs, but can you put more personal in it? Like, a plan to go to tacos and margs and then walk by the beach and listen to live music would be so much fun.
Yes.
That tells us more about who you are.
Yes. You are doing a little bit of the revealing ahead of time. You're giving him the keys that if he's the right man, is going to be like, yep, I can plan a tacos and marg date.
That's a fun day to me.
Yeah. I would also enjoy myself. So I love that you said that. I always used to use the prompts to get in that energy of like, when am I the happiest?
Ooh.
Think about, when am I the happiest? Because that's going to help your body be the most soft and open. And you want to share that information with a man. He's looking for that information because if he wants to be attracted to the most authentic version of you, your job is to open up in that way. Which means your body is soft, you're not feeling up in your head, you're not having to think about too many things. And that might also mean like, I don't do well with directions. I don't do well with getting downtown. Like that would be information that would be helpful for him to know. I've had men, I did express that, probably not in a prompt, but like directions really stress me out. And don't you know, they sent me the exact Google coordinates and where to park, and went ahead and like paid for the parking spot so I could literally just drive in and he met me at the parking garage. Like things like that those are things that they want to do if they know how to win with you. So think about like, I am the most happy when I am walking around the botanical gardens with a yummy beverage and listening to some live music, and that is its own vibe. They're painting a picture of like, okay, she's really happy in that environment. I may not do the botanical gardens, but I could do the, X, Y, and Z with a similar feel. She's not going to be a like concert going type first date girl, maybe. She wants more of like a casual vibe versus if you're a concert girl, then say like, I love being at a concert. The energy of a live audience just really riles me up. And okay, awesome. That's going to match you with someone that's also going to play in that world.
Genius.
Yeah. So think about where you're the happiest. Where are you the most naturally calm and naturally open? Give that information to men. Use one of the prompts. That's a really great real estate to use in that way. Let them know what you need. Let them know.
So fun. And Court and I have played around with maybe helping you set up or like auditing your dating profiles when we do our monthly calls. So if you don't know, we have one in August and September already scheduled that you could come into. It's a group coaching call container, up to 20 people, 90 minutes. You've got Courtney and eyes and hearts on the full situation that you're in. And we're here to support you and shift you and coach you and give you the tools that you need in a more intimate space. So if you love the podcast and you feel like, but there's this one issue where there's more detail and I've gone through this thing, like I'm not really ready for full coaching, but I do need some support, this is the perfect place to be. So there's links in the show notes for those dates and times. I think it's the last Thursday of each month, 6 p.m. Central. And again, you can book 2 months out. So you call off work, hang out with us, get a glass of wine or some tea, and do some elevating.
Ooh, yeah. I love that.
Me too. I want to go.
I'll be there. Count me in. I love that. What else that's all I have for this. Is there anything else you wanted to share?
I think this is brilliant. Yeah. This is brilliant. And if you want more help on the energetic side of things, because that is deeper work, Courtney and I both have programs and one-to-one coaching programs open, one-off sessions where we could go fast and furious deep dive. So that's in the show notes too.
Yeah. Like what?
Like what? Well, in September, I have a pleasure program opening. I am so excited. It's called The Pleasure Path. I am, obviously there's no limit on people, but it's for people with vulvas learning how to unlock their pleasure from the energetic shifts in terms of owning their body, owning their needs, to exploring their body and needs, to anatomy, understanding the anatomy of everything going on down there and up here and all over your body, all these pleasure receptors, so that you can maximize that. And I firmly believe that sensuality, sexuality, pleasure is a big part of the feminine because it's about being in your body, right? And people can only take you as far as you've taken yourself. So you developing this at-homeness in your body with your pleasure is key. So when I have a sales page up, I will put it in the show notes. If you know you want in, I am giving a little special pre-sale price to those who email me before. So go on my website, there's a contact page, fill that out, I'll get you a link.
Genius. This is literally her zone of genius.
I'm so excited.
If you are remotely intrigued by it, check it out. You will not be disappointed.
Owner, you want this.
You will not be disappointed, guaranteed. Amazing.
You.
Yes.
Courtney, what do you have for the people?
Yeah. You know, I am really charged up with my Arise clients right now. I just love leading women through that feeling of integrating your inner stability so that you can feel what that opening of your heart with boundaries feels like. We just move through the world differently when we are able to express ourselves with confidence, and a lot of times that means letting go of the stories that we have been carrying around that keep us from fully sharing what we need or fully being ourselves around people. We have to start to unwind those things, and I get in some really deep energetic shifts very quickly with that content. So it does heal the relationship that we have with masculine energy at large, again starting with our own masculine energy, so that we feel calm, secure, stable, and we're no longer perceiving all masculine energy as a threat. So we are calm internally, and we're able to connect with people on a more calm, authentic space.
So good.
Yeah, I love it. So that's really charging me up right now. Those spots are available. I'll put the link in the show notes as well. I think the content's great, but I love doing the mentoring work. We just get to go even deeper into it. And to me, it is like night and day, the transformation that can come from one and the work.
So good. And of course, you have one-to-one spots.
I have one-to-one spots available. Yes, I have Yep, 90-minute intensive sessions. I will put that link in the show notes too. I love doing dating profile audits. That's something that I
same.
have offered as kind of like an add-on to some of my group coaching, and it has been so fun for me to really get to know you and help you express it in words that are yours, not mine, because we want this man to go on a date with you, not me.
Yeah.
So a lot of feminine energy scripts can be like my language, how I would say it. But I love spending that 90 minutes getting to know you and what lights you up, what charges you up, and then giving you some words to try on that really feel congruent with your whole body so that you can come from that integrated vibe of, this is me, here I am, this is my profile, and feel really good about it.
Genius.
Yeah.
I love it. If you're on the fence or you're thinking, I want to do some coaching, I don't know what the best fit is, just reach out to either of us on socials or on our websites, and we will help you parse out.
Yes.
What are you needing, one call, or do you need 5 months? Do you need a program? Is what we do.
Yeah.
So just reach out and let us know.
Yeah, very low pressure.
Totally.
We're here for you. We want to know what's the best fit for you because that's also the best fit for us. So
That's how we do the best job.
yeah. Yep.
So that's what we've got going on. If you love today's show, please share it with someone that you think would appreciate it.
Yep.
Go follow us on TikTok at For the Love of Men Podcast. You can follow Courtney on Instagram,
Yep.
Courtney_Shand,
Yep.
SCHAND.
Yes, ma'am.
You can follow me on Instagram at Building Bri, BRI. Both of our websites will be in the show notes. Oh, friend Courtney on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then send her a message letting her know that you found her on the podcast.
Thank you.
Because she gets a lot of random people sending friend requests, so make sure that you message her as well.
Wow,
Did I miss anything?
Good. You're so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I love that.
All right.
Nope, that's it. We'll see you guys next time.
Okay, see you next week.